This feels like coffee hour when I have these on.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm all Celsius up too, so I'm like kind of.
You're all jazzed up on Celsius?
Yeah, kind of coffeeed up. I was listening to Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, wow, dude.
And
That's the energy. First of all, I love it. I saw Wu-Tang here at the Germain Amphitheater.
For real.
Crazy little tour they were on. It was Wu-Tang, Nas, and Busta Rhymes, dude. And I'm just going to say this right now, Busta, if you're listening, and we know you do, please, with all due respect, he's lost his touch.
Oh, for real?
The speedy rap. He was really slowed it down.
Is he still like jacked and shredded?
To the gills.
Okay.
That's
good.
why I say this very cautiously.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me up.
But all of them look great. They're all jacked.
Yeah.
The Wu-Tang Clan, you forget there's 25 of those motherfuckers. They filled up
Yeah.
the entire stage, dude.
I was still waking up while I was listening to it, so I was like rapping the lyrics, and I even censored myself because I wasn't as confident yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I know that feeling. Yeah. The Celsius hadn't hit
It
yet.
hadn't hit, but if it was like 10 more minutes into that drive, I would have been just screaming it.
Yeah, dude. And imagine if someone cut you off.
Yeah.
You'd really be a different tone real quick. But
Cop drove by. I was like, yes, sir.
you know what? I had a pretty much a revolutionary thought today. So stay seated while I'm because you might get overwhelmed if you stand up during this.
I normally do stand and
Okay.
move around during pods, so
Yeah,
thank God.
that's why I'm glad I see you're elusive.
Pretty mobile guy.
Yeah, people know that you're explosive. People know that about you. You could be at one second he's seated, but who knows? Anyways, see, quick, easy.
Sorry,
Where to go?
I remembered what you said midway.
I was thinking about this. The personal tumbler, the cup, the personal cup, plastic cup. You can take it on the go, fill it up with you want. Maybe some cheap gin, maybe some coffee. A lot of the times water.
Yeah.
These have been around our entire lives, back in the '90s, all the way through. But what I realized is every cup, every brand has had its day in the sun. There's always don't say them out loud because we're going to go through these. Brandon, think of a popular cup brand, like a tumbler, specifically a tumbler. Just think of a brand. I don't know if you have one.
I think I got one.
Yeah, so
I think it's a cup brand.
right. So I'm going to go through the list here, and it's like maybe like decade. Starting with the thermos. The thermos was so early in the game that you just refer to all these cups as thermoses. It's like the Kleenex.
Wait,
Like,
thermos isn't a type of cup?
If
It's
I'm
a
not
brand?
mistaken, it's a brand. And Brandon, I don't know if I want you to look this up.
Okay.
It's the Band-Aid of cups.
It's the Band-Aid, the Kleenex,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. The Saltine.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like cup brands like isn't Rubbermaid? Isn't that one they make cups?
Yeah, you're thinking like a foam cup, like a
just-
plastic cup, like a Red Solo.
I was just trying to think of a brand that made cups. I don't fucking Yeti. I didn't know. I didn't think about Yeti.
So
until
we're
I
gonna
saw
we're gonna get to
Yeah.
Yeti after thermos, I believe, and this is just in my memory. I haven't looked up this time. Maybe you can look up the timeline and see if I'm just correct. I won't look up, much like many Americans that just look down every day at their phones. But Nalgene, do you guys remember the Nalgene?
Nalgene.
Nalgene, Anlgene, if I'm not mistaken. The Nalgene, very popular in the school system, athletics, private school athletics. In the military, I was assigned an Nalgene. I had to put my name on it. They all look the same. They were see-through. This is the Nalgene.
Are you point? Oh, there's stuff.
Oh, can you not see over here? Let me move the light.
No. Same
I
screen.
I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that was there. I'm just dumb. Okay, I've seen Nalgene.
That's the
before.
Nalgene.
Sorry.
Nalgene
I've
was,
seen Nalgenes.
I want to say, real hot in the back end of the 90s. Top half of the twos.
Trying to find their Wikipedia real quick. Get a little history on them.
After the Nalgene, big leap. We made a big leap from the Nalgene. The Hydro Flask.
Hydro Flask.
The Hydro Flask. Now, the Hydro Flask was the first time they introduced the color palette. You can get a magenta, a fuchsia, periwinkle. I believe my mom had a celeste. Perhaps it was a
Periwinkle. That's a color.
Oh, absolutely. Dude. Come on. Come correct if you're coming to the Captain's Dogs. You got to know your colors in this studio.
I'm colorblind. I don't.
Brandon,
fucking
can we
know.
get these lights
Oh,
periwinkle?
yeah, I pulled up the color of periwinkle, but then he said he was colorblind, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, I guess it doesn't really
That just
matter.
looks. Is that blue or purple?
It's more of a
It's
violet.
like it's like a light blue, or it's blue and purple. So you're right. Like here's it on a flower and more of a natural.
Is that not fuchsia?
I think fuchsia is darker.
Is more purpler?
Listen, boys, let's stay on track with the cups here.
Sorry,
Let's not get
okay.
the colors
Fuchsia
are
Hydro
red.
Flask. Oh wow, I'm way
Fuchsia.
off.
Fuchsia's a hot
Okay,
pink.
that's
Fuchsia
like
is what I had to wear to prom because you let the woman choose, the lady,
Yeah.
the girl, and I shouldn't have done that. She chose fuchsia. I had to wear a fuchsia. I wore a white pinstripe tux with a fuchsia tie. Kind of nice,
I
actually.
wore black with flames.
That's pretty good. Wait, hold on. Where were the flames?
Just flames.
On the tux? Are you fucking with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck,
Dude,
You think I went to prom?
But- well,
Nerd.
first
No,
of
I'm
all,
kidding.
you didn't go to
Be honest.
prom?
I did. I just I asked a girl to prom and she said yes, and then just didn't respond.
Your mom
And then-
ghosted you like that?
Hey man,
See, dude, you could pull that off.
that would be
You
pretty
could
cool.
pull that off. That's nice. I was thinking like maybe like a purple flame or something, but
Yeah.
like Rey Mysterio.
True.
But that's
Hydro
like-
flask.
Hydro flask, back on track. And that, but that's when you could just get a colorful. They had different sizes. There was a mini hydro flask, a big one. The word flask was in it, so you kind of felt cool about
Yeah.
it.
That makes me think of Waterboy. And whenever Vicky Valancourt,
Right.
he gives her the flask that was blessed by an Eskimo menace.
By an Eskimo.
It's always cold. He gets knocked out,
my
and then
list
she
doing it.
hands it to him.
Bobby
and
Boucher,
it
shout
brings
out.
him back to life. Right there. Yeah, that's the Holy Grail.
And I want to say, Brandon, if you can hold yours up for the camera, I believe after the hydro flask was the Yeti. Now, the Yeti, I took a little homage to. That's a good Yeti. I had one that had the handle top that you had to
those
unscrew.
suck, yeah.
Here's the thing about the Yeti. You put a nice soup, perhaps a bisque in the Yeti, that thing's hot till dawn. You can come dinner time, when the table's set, you can pour it in everyone's bowl, you have a hot soup.
Perhaps a bisque. Is a bisque
Hey.
different than a soup?
Maybe a chowder. Come on, dude. Yeah,
I'm actually
very
drinking
different.
French onion soup right now.
Yeah,
just
that's
in there.
nice. That's
It's
nice, dude. Your
great
breath has to
That's
be
French onion.
ferocious.
You're drinking French onion soup out of a Yeti?
Yeah, French
oh
onion
my
soup
Yeah,
right
dude.
now.
God.
Yeah.
11 in the morning, French onion soup.
Chicken noodle maybe, but you don't want to get the noodles stuck. The other thing, if I'm not mistaken, Yeti very small pee hole in the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Sip hole would've been more
smaller
appropriate.
hole.
Yeah, big shaft, little pee hole on
Yeah,
the Yeti.
large PSI, a lot of PSI if you try to dump one out.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend got me, and she was like, "This
Yeah.
reminds me of your wiener." And I
yeah,
was like,
there
"Oh,
you go.
thanks,
Of
babe."
your
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
Thin on the bottom, very fat midway through for some reason.
And now the Yeti
You know,
had
the Yeti.
the Yeti was a great marketing. They just went straight for the men, straight for the meatheads, and they started with the cooler, and they said, you know what's better than this cooler? If you can hold it, here's a cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did.
I recently got into like water bottles that you refill because I was always drinking these or honestly drinking just like shaker cups.
But you're an environment guy now.
Not yes and no. I guess part of it is that, but I drank out of my friend's like metal
Tastes
water
different,
bottle.
Tastes different.
It just tastes so much
It's
better.
a little
And I was like,
different,
all
yeah.
right, I'm just gonna only drink out of these when I can.
Brings you back to your day as a kid hitting the hose.
Yeah,
You know, yeah. See, dude, that
Yeah,
lit a
just crush
spark
that.
under you right there. I like that. I was a big hose kid.
Hey, I just immediately thought about football where we had this
trough.
like water cooler
Yep, the
thing
trough.
that had like 5 spigots in
Yep.
it, and then, bro, we were just basically all just chugging out of a hose.
Would your coach say this? What it was, by the way, it was a hose connected to a PVC pipe that they would like poke holes in. So
Yes.
it was like a trough. And
This one?
Yes.
no, that's a fancy one.
This is what okay. We
Did
had
you
this
hear the
one.
one? Did
We
you hear the
had
way I
some
just
just
explained
Yes,
mine?
yeah, yours was
Yeah.
made in like 1854. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
this one's nice. We did not have this.
We had the PVC version of this.
Okay.
Like where it was
A jerry rig?
that's what they were going for. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
cooler with like PVC and stuff,
Dude.
and then like the homemade spigots. in that.
$4,300. Can we get one of those in the studio?
Definitely.
Put that on the card. Put that on the company card.
All right, I'm adding it right now.
Yeah, add that to cart. But anyways, would your coaches say this? This used to get a rinse. They say that when it's time to drink.
Get a rinse.
Get a rinse,
Oh,
boys.
yes.
Get a rinse.
Yeah, they would. I thought you said get a Ritz, and I was
Oh,
like,
no.
that's a cracker, son.
No.
But yeah,
They should have had a nice table with cheese and crackers at football practice. That would have been very
Yeah,
nice.
charcuterie board
Dude,
mid practice.
where's the O line? You just look over at the table. They're just flipping it.
that's what our coach would. They go get a rinse, and then like you're not allowed to walk on the football field, so he'd be like, come on, move,
Yeah.
like a herd of turtles, like a herd of turtles.
This sweaty. Thanks. We just found out your coach was black.
No,
But,
this was a
yeah.
tiny white Irish guy.
really?
Who's had like
herd of
6
the
heart
turtles.
attacks.
You're like a herd of the turtles
but
out there.
like no Irish accent, just like a red-faced
Me.
Irish.
He was me.
But tinier and angrier and smaller. He was also the wrestling coach, and he was like a world-renowned wrestler.
Was that your O line? Because you were a tight end, right?
I played defensive end and
Yeah,
then
he's
O line and
defensive.
tight end.
He
yeah.
still isn't. He still is. Let me tell you.
Stay away from my butthole. Get away from my hole.
Because we had my O line coach was a little Jewish dude.
They're
And
always
he was
tiny dudes.
so loud and mean, and he was awesome. I love the dude, but he was just like the smallest, angriest man.
What do you make like references to like World War II? Like, we got to take down the Third Reich.
No, he
boys.
would mostly just make racist jokes.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It was pretty
Florida,
great.
Florida, I forget.
Yeah, it was Florida. It was him. It was this dude, and then the other guy that we had as a coach. He was like, I think he was able to bench like 500 pounds.
Oh, wow.
In his 60s.
my
This
God.
guy was just a gigantic, jacked Jewish dude.
I used to love when the coach in the weight room would be like, "Step aside, boys," and just hop on the bench and just start repping. And it's like, Jesus Christ, that's man strength. That's the difference.
We had a coach once, like someone wasn't like during drills wasn't hitting the hole correctly, and he was like, "Do it like this," and then
He
without,
gets in there
without pads on, just trucks a 15-year-old. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
They're the last. Maybe you even have a joke about this, Brandon. I don't know, but they're the last line of like they can just touch your kid and like embarrass them and talk shit. Fuck you, Coach Miller, if you're listening.
I think
you
that's
piece
Kyle
of
Dowdy.
Huh?
I think Kyle Dowdy.
Maybe it
has
is
a joke.
Kyle Dowdy. Yeah, someone has a joke about it. It rings true if you played football.
It's a very weird line coaches play because it's like there's multiple. I think there's like two types of coaches. There's one that like they love the game and they're like, I want to teach kids. I want to try to guide people to where like if they want to be a pro, hopefully I can help. And then there's another version which is just people that failed and then they're gonna just yell at your kids because they're angry, and it just fucking blows my mind that they let some of these people around kids.
You guys aren't going to believe this, dude, but we had a defensive coordinator that used to line up the defense in the bathroom right before the game and expose a cheek, and he would give the entire defense a shot in the ass, and nobody knew what it was. Maybe we beeped
Wait,
that out.
what
This
the-
is it. I'm not even kidding.
Is that real?
This is real.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
God.
This is real. Our entire defense would line up in the bathroom, and then our defensive coordinator would give them a shot of something in the butt cheek before every game, or at least the big games.
Are we doing bits right now?
I am not doing a bit.
What the fuck?
I'm not doing a
I'm
bit.
gonna call someone. I know
I'm
you're
not
a
doing a
grown-
bit.
I don't know what we do, but we gotta call
is
someone.
nuts.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is for the starters. Dude, I just I just observed
They,
this.
they didn't waste the HGH on
They
me.
would never. Don't worry about me,
Yeah.
dude. I was a 30-30-30 player.
Matty Stew, starting running back, molested.
No, dude, I was a special teams guy, and I brought the heat on special teams.
Yeah, that's the only time that like the starters are getting made fun of. Oh, you started on the team. I bet your butt got touched.
Yeah.
Stop.
Matty
Yeah.
Stew, TCU, Touching Children University.
Yeah, we'll leave that in. I don't give a shit. I didn't say anybody's name, and this is all allegedly.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole.
And yeah, you know what? You're right. We were doing a bit.
Yeah, the whole concept is crazy though. That
It's a
if
bit.
you are a little league or Pop Warner coach, you worked probably a 10-hour shift, and then you were like, I want to go take care of 40 other kids that aren't
Yeah.
mine.
The guy, Coach Miller, the one that I referred to, he was the defensive end coach. I was a D end, and he
Yeah.
just straight up bullied me, embarrassed me, called me a podhead. Just tried to just drag my name across the field. He was like a sales guy for Jack Links. So he was a jerky plug. I will say that.
That is
When the
pretty
Sasquatch Big Stick came out, I had a box of those in my Civic at all times.
That's good.
That's right. Shout out, and we'll be
yeah.
right back. Just a word from our sponsors, and we're back. But no, I've talked about this in the past, but the Oklahoma drill. That is sheerly for the coaches to get a kick. You're having kids. In what situation on the field are you going to be laying on your back? And then you have. I guess it makes sense if you get blocked. It doesn't make sense that you're ever going to just stand up and just get railed by another guy.
Yeah, it's just I think they're good because it's just proving how quick you can get up and just immediately
Situational
go.
awareness.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
it's
just
just
a-
really how you get a kid to see the stars.
Yeah.
You're really ringing their bell.
Well, I was also a big fuck, so I loved any hitting drill. Was
Yeah, but
so fun.
I feel like the biggest dude on. Oftentimes, when I watch these clips, it's never a fair matchup. It's never two big rhinoceros going at it. It's a rhinoceri versus a penguin, every single time, and I've yet to see the penguin be the victor.
Yeah, they always just stacked O line up with D line, and then if there was like a giant fucking
D-line tend to have
linebacker,
D-line tend to have the advantage because of speed, but like the O linemen are just in that particular drill. You don't have enough. You're so close.
yeah, what is it like? You're 10 yards apart, not even 5, maybe.
For the listener, this is the drill when two young men are laying on the ground, Shavasana style to my yogis out
and
there.
it's head to head, right?
I believe head to head, Forrest Gump Bubba style, facing outwards.
Yes.
And then they're laying down. Coach blows the whistle. They roll over, pop up, and just crack each
You
other.
pop up and there's a cone like 5 yards away from
Oh,
you.
one guy's got the ball.
That one. Yeah. Well, there's the two. There's one where you're laying down head to head and you get up and run around and meet each other in the hole.
Yeah, isn't that the traditional Oklahoma? But one guy's got the ball, one guy's tackling.
Yes. Yeah. So one of you you're laying head to head. One of you has the ball. One of you doesn't. You get up, run 5 yards, loop back around, and then there's like a hole that the running back's going through, and you meet them.
I would say ball carrier has advantage.
Yeah.
Just because it's like you're the force penetrating. That guy's trying to stop you. I guess at the same time, dude, that is concussion city.
I thought no one even had the one we did. No one had the ball. You just hit each other. It was just like, all right, let's see who's gonna win.
We did that too. We call it the pancake drill.
Oh, pancake drill.
Yeah, that's what we call it because someone every time got pancaked. It was because of it's just a velocity situation, dude. It's which bowling ball got thrown faster.
I feel like too. It was always like there's the one kid that's like the clear hardest hitter on the team, and then like when practice is going bad, they're like, all right, every shitty kid that's gonna quit before high school, you're up against the toughest kid, and that guy would just fuck everyone up.
I might need to get beeped out too. I'm blowing it today.
He
dude.
got all the shots.
But no, he's the nation's finest now. That part can stay.
Good man.
But I'm really making Brandon.
Yeah, board drills we had board drills too. Those were super fun.
Those were better.
Did you like working the sled?
Yep. Well, we had multiple types of sleds. Like we had sleds where it was like all five linemen would line up and hit it, and then we would have a 2-man sled where it would be like we would just have 2 people hit it,
and the fattest coach in the world would stand on it, right?
Yes.
And blow his whistle right in your pie hole, dude.
Well, we had the littler coach stand on it, and he would yell at you, and then but he would also
the Jewish man.
Yes,
nice.
But he would also we would do these things where I can't remember the term, but instead of one-on-one blocking, he would make you spin it. He would make you step and hit it with your right-hand side, like when you were doing a trap play, and you would hit the thing and try to spin the sled as many times as you can. And the second you would slow down, it would lose momentum. So you would have to hit it and just immediately go, and he would just be screaming in your face.
Did that feel practical to you?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
Because we ran a wing tee. So
oh, wow. Double wing tee?
Not double.
Okay.
I was a pulling guard for the most of my high school. So I would just be pulling, and we'd be running trap plays and sweeps. So I would be like blocking corners and linebackers across the field.
Right in the ear.
Yeah.
Just pop them. Yeah, we had this thing called the donkey dick. Does that ring a bell? It was a tackling device.
Oh, I thought you meant like
basically
someone on the team.
No, listen, we had a couple of those in the shower.
We called it the pop-up bag, but
so it was like the thing that you had to like tackle to the side. You had to pop it up and then tackle it down. Anyways, I don't know how interesting any of this. Back to the cups, just to bring it full circle here. Do you know which cup has its day in the sun currently? The popular one. This is a hot girl cup too.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the car thing? Is that what you're going to talk about?
No, I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, you guys don't know? Okay, I'll tell you the story. So Stanley.
Brandon, he's a slut for breaking news.
I do. I'm so excited.
Do you see the way he just lit up over there, dude?
I thought this is why you were bringing this up. So Stanley Cup got its moment in the sun because a girl.
Hold on, just to put a pin in this, that is so funny that they're in the news. I just had an epiphany today about cups. I had no idea that Stanley was hot in the news right now.
No, this is actually over a year ago, but some girl's car caught on fire and burnt, but not the Stanley Cup, and it still had ice in it. And
Get
look,
out
it's
of
fine.
here.
And then the Stanley Cup company bought her a new car as promotion of all the promotion she bought to it, because the second this happened, this is why everyone started wanting Stanley Cups. And so, yeah, here you can see
it had ice in it.
Gifted her a new car, still had ice in it, still fine.
She looks like the girl that was accused of killing her boyfriend overseas, Amanda.
Oh, she kind of does.
Amanda Knox. She looks like Amanda Knox, dude. If we can pull that up.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she looks like Amanda Knox, who was featured on the Whitney Cummings roast.
Nice.
Also, if we can pull up the most famous Jewish football player, just because we keep talking about this
Jewish football
coach, and I don't think I've ever.
There has to be Jewish football players.
Oh, Edelman. There you go.
Oh, Edelman's
boom,
Jewish.
Boom, and he rocks the star, David. There you go.
Is that Post Malone, the second pitcher? Is that who that is?
That looks like Billy Swift.
Yeah. Billy Sweet.
Billy Swaz, dude, as they call him in the German days. I don't know where I was going with there, but
Yeah.
listen, that's the end of the cup thing.
Yeah. When you said back to cup, did you wear a cup when you played football?
They used to call me Tommy Cups, dude.
No.
I wore a cup. Yeah, I was a catcher.
Because they thought I was wearing a cup, but it was all me.
Dude, you think the ball's gonna get past this weenie? Yeah. No way. I wore a cup I caught.
A cup I caught?
I was a catcher, so I wore a cup.
Oh, definitely wear
you'd be
a cup.
You'd be
brother.
insane not to wear a cup as a catcher.
I don't think we had one person on our team that wore a cup in football.
Football, I never saw it to be necessary. Here's the thing, dude. Did you ever find a cup that fit well?
No, I had an issue where my cup would always end up like fucking sideways halfway.
And then it smashes your nuts.
Yeah, I did. I never wore a cup. I did get hit in the nuts in college. That did suck.
I never wore knee pads in football, which was quite frowned upon.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get them. I had weird knees, I think. I couldn't get them to stay.
No, knee pads suck. Even by the time I quit playing football in 2020, like, they still had not figured out
They need a better
technology.
system. Yeah.
It was still like, they were like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
And no one wears them except I wore them because D-line, in college, you can start getting cut blocked.
Why don't they put them in the pants?
Oh, my God. Dude, cut blocks would suck.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the people I'd cut.
Oh, it's so shitty.
They would train you like, all right, just smack him in the side of his knee. Like right where his ACL is,
Yeah.
I want you to put your 300-pound body and drive your elbow into it.
Yeah, it's like your dad teaching
horrible.
you how to
It
close the gas
sucks.
cap. He's like, you wait for the snap. You hit him, wait for the crack, you're good. Go for the ACL.
Yeah, and like you can cut block in high school in California, but the running back can start cut blocking in college. So you would you'd be lined up ready for this big offensive lineman. You take your first step, shoot. He'd down block, and you'd blink, and that 4.4 speed running back would be flying through the air like a torpedo at your knees. The first game I played in, they didn't teach us how to stop a cut block because our coaches were like, oh, I didn't know you didn't learn that in high school. And they just kept doing it to me. I got cut blocked like 20 times in the game. My legs swelled up like a UFC fighter.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheat code.
It was. I didn't know what to do, dude. I tried jumping over him.
Well, then all he's got to do is stand up and you're flipping.
I got destroyed.
Yeah.
You think I can jump well?
No.
No, I can't. My vertical was horrible.
No, I don't think he can jump well. I want that on record.
Yeah, no, yeah.
In fact, I've seen it.
It's on record. It's not a good.
You know what's
vertical.
funny is Brandon is like, and this is going to come full circle. Don't get defensive right off the bat. He is seemingly in a lot of athletic events has zero control of his body and just all over the basketball court. I saw him flying around like a jellyfish. It was quite frightening. I thought he was going to get injured. But then you get a football in his hand and everything fucking changes. His movements, his tenacity, his explosion, his cuts. Mm-hmm. And obviously I was a little exaggerative on the way you play basketball, but it's just night and day.
I'm not great at
I watched you play
basketball.
basketball and I thought to myself, that guy he played tuba.
Yeah, I'm bad at
That was a band. And then you find out he was a D1
Yeah.
football player, and it's insane that there's no translation.
Yeah, it's very weird because I'm also tall, so I'm always an early pick, and I'm like, that's a bad idea because I get
He's like, no.
I get the stress too, where I'll be wide open under the basket and just break.
You know what? You do the thing where you jump, but you don't lift your arms up.
Yeah.
So
I'm
now
like,
the basketball's lower than it was.
Yeah. yeah. It's actually bad.
You
that
like
I
release.
jump.
Yeah.
Bro, I haven't played sports in literally years.
You don't do sports?
I can't anymore.
Oh,
No,
Brandon, we're jocks.
dude, I used to play. I used to play sports every day. I
Yeah.
used to fucking basketball, football,
Capture the flag.
CTF.
Red team or blue team? What
Yeah,
you got?
that's what I immediately
Yeah,
think. Wait,
yeah.
you played real capture the flag
Yeah,
in real life?
dude, tournament
I was
style.
in Blood Gulch, dude. In fucking Halo.
Oh, I played Warsong Gulch, dude. World of Warcraft, different. Anyway, go ahead, dude. You're sports guy, sporty spice.
Bro, I haven't played sports since last time I played basketball. I played well, but my knee just swelled up and
Yeah.
I hurt to walk for like a week. I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna do this anymore.
But when you play, because I've gotten into the situation where they pick me up and they're like, "Yo, big man," and I'm like, "Who the hell are you calling big man? I'm the big. You put me down low? That's crazy." But I
You're a
imagine a
big
guy
man?
like for some reason I always got to take on the biggest guy. I don't know how that
yeah,
happens.
I would just play the last one. I just played down low and people would just bounce off of me because I'm
you
a big guy.
box out
And they box out and they're just easy layup
and
every
just
time.
offensive rebounds
Yeah.
galore. You're good for a double
Yeah.
rebound on both sides of the house.
Yeah, rebound. My issue is I just don't jump. I can't jump anymore. My
Yeah.
knee will explode and turn into like paper.
Now I think Brandon has seen me. I'm an effort guy.
Mm-hmm.
Your worst nightmare is I'm your defensive assignment.
You're just nonstop moving.
I'm ear-holing
just
you. My
on
face
you.
is right in your ear hole the entire time. You can't white on rice. You can't shake me. If the ball gets in your hands, you can embarrass me very easily. My ankles are breakable. Actually, they're tough, but I'll go down. You can shimmy right around me. If there's a referee, I'll foul you every time, so that's an easy one. Just draw me in.
Nice.
But I also call my fouls, and that my team tends to not like that. I'm a big, I got him. I'm a big, like, if I just graze his elbow, got him. They're like, dude, stop calling your fouls.
Would you flop? Are you a flopper?
No.
You think?
You won't. If you see me on the ground, it's because I'm diving for the ball.
True.
That's it.
I can't. That's the one thing I don't like
flop.
about basketball. It's too flop heavy, and that's not how it was before. Like when Jordan was playing.
Right.
I didn't watch it back then, but I watched like The Last Dance.
Listen, dude, I grew up in the Kobe Bryant era. This guy, he went to kill Kobe Bryant. It took a flaming phoenix diving into a hillside. But dude, he when he broke his Achilles, finished his free throws and walked off on his own. And then the funny thing, that same night, LeBron James had a calf cramp, and his entire team had to carry him off. A calf cramp. Kobe split his Achilles, dude. It was insane.
But now it's. I get why they flop though. It literally just is.
A breather.
Well, not just a breather. It's like, all right, I'm going up for a shot. If I'm good enough to where I know I'm going to make it, why not let my arm hit someone and get another point on the board?
Yeah.
Like, who is it? Harden is just like
He's
a pro at it. He's so good at flopping.
He's good at drawing the extra
That's
shot.
That's it, not flop.
They did last year finally make a rule where you can't jump into people. Because remember how Harden was the, like, pump fake and then would be like, oh, shit, and leap into you and then shoot, and then he'd get the and one. Now the refs just laugh at you. And it is awesome because he still does it, and he'll jump into a guy and brick the shot, and they're just like, dumbass.
Isn't his thing, too, he's fat now?
He's a little fat, and he's the strip club god.
He likes going to strip clubs.
He stays going to strip clubs.
Strip club
James Harden.
That's, they say, why he stayed in Houston so long, even though they were shit, because Houston has the best strip clubs.
And he...
Houston has the best strip clubs?
It's considered like Houston has like top strip clubs.
I thought it was
Atlanta
Tampa.
and Tampa. I think they're the big three.
Yeah, that is the big three. Tampa. Well, I thought Fort Lauderdale had a thing.
I know. I'm from Florida. There's a good. I was never really a strip club guy. I'm 31. I've been to 3 in my entire life.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Yeah, I've gone as like a whole group of friends is like, yo, we're gonna go. I'm like, all right, yeah, fine. And it's just I just feel like it's such a waste of money, you know, unless you're going and being like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go pay someone to like give me like a condom blowjob in the back room. Unless you're trying to do that,
hey, can I tell you something?
You're just wasting your money.
Not all they're cracked up to be.
Not what?
The condom blowies.
I haven't done that.
Oh,
That sounds miserable.
Neither have I. I mean, what? Anyway, another word from our sponsors.
Yeah,
but no,
I've jerked off with one just to see how it felt, and it sucked.
I've said this in the past. The only fun for me, at least, because I know there's dudes that love going to the strip club and blowing a paycheck and just making it rain and feeling like a baller. That's a different type of person. Good for you. If I'm ever in a situation like a bachelor party and everyone, I'm gonna go with the flow guy. I'm not gonna put my foot down. No, guys, we're not gonna go look at tits tonight.
Yeah,
you're not gonna hear me say that. But we'll go, and what you do is you sit around the stage, because then the roamers, the vagabonds, if you will, that are just fucking heat-seeking missiles. They're like sharks on blood, just looking for a drunk guy that'll swipe that card. Because they walk you to the ATM. They can't fuck with you if you're next to the stage, because you're supposed to look at the pole dancers, and you can just take out $30, make them ones, roll the dollar into a ball, and just pelt this bitch with it. I would never do that, but and then it's just an athletic performance at that point. At the Sunset Strip Comedy Club the other night, I worked a show. It was the strip show. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen it, yeah.
But it's like
is that actually like full on stripping, like top off, or
no?
They're pole dancing, and then there's comedy in between. Right?
Yeah, they're pole dancing, and they're dressed like disappointments. And I don't know how to say it. Cool. I mean, I wouldn't be stoked if that was my daughter. That is what I will say. However, somebody else's daughter signed me up. Okay, maybe I was looking for like a giggle or something, but now it's getting real. Anyways, it was like a stripper and then a comic, then a stripper, then a comic, and it's just, dude, they asked me to help them take down the pole, and I was like, not until I see someone bleach it. I'm sorry. I'm not the right guy. I'm not touching that pole.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Also, like, when you walk into a house and your dog sniffs you, like if you've been petting another dog, If I walk into my girlfriend and I've just touched that stripper pole, she is going to be sniffing me up and down like a bloodhound.
Where were you tonight?
Yeah, she pees on me.
I was working. Oh, what was the show? Yeah, it's just comedy. Don't worry about it.
No, it's funny is I had to work. I had to door guy the show, and I had avoided it for a year, and I had to tell my girlfriend. It's funny because I see some boys walk in with like wedding rings. I'm like, do your wives know you're here? Because my girlfriend's mad at me, and I'm working. This is insane. But yeah, comedy club, no place to be taking your clothes off. Well, I said it.
Yeah, I've never understood the lore of like, yeah, let's do comedy with strippers because it's like,
oh, dude,
you're not going to beat them.
Well, you got to look at the audience. It's a bunch of creeps.
My thought is like, I understand the strippers
aspect
of like, they're gonna get the attention, but it's like if you're a comic that's like, I can't wait to perform with strippers, it's like, dude, they're not gonna pay. They're not there for you.
Yeah, but
they're there for the strippers.
All it takes, too, is I see this every time, is one dude comic will just take his shirt off and people will just make it rain.
And they'll lose their mind.
Yeah, and they'll lose their mind.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're on the stripper show, you have to kind of like give in to what the show is. You have to buy into it a little bit.
I did Some of This Is Bad live, and they were like, can you wear like a dog mask and crawl out as a dog? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm masked up. And then I was like, took my clothes off because I was like, if you're gonna fucking do it, like, commit to it. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, and I have a mask on. It doesn't fucking matter.
I don't know what it is.
Well, now we know who was in the mask.
Well, I don't really. I mean, I like reposted
pull that
the
video.
pictures. Yeah.
Pull it up. But no, the dog masks freak me out.
Yeah, it was a brand new one, but then as soon as I got done with it, Colton was like, I need that. My husband wants me to wear it. And I was like,
oh, okay.
Well, shout out, dude. Shout out.
Yeah. But no, I'm sure, because I haven't been to the Sunset stripper show, so I know that's like, it's back and forth, stripper, then comic, stripper, then comic, right?
Yeah.
But I'm the one that always threw me off was an actual strip club who was like, for the next hour, instead of strippers, here comes stand-up comedians. Yeah. And then people are there for, like, if people are at a coffee shop and then comics show up, they're like, fuck, I didn't know it was comedy.
Yeah,
Can you imagine being like a sad dude and you're like, I'm going to go to a strip club, I just want to talk to a woman. I want to feel a little something. You get there and then it's like, here's 10 open micers
and not a chance
screaming at you.
Not a chance in hell that they're not going to be roasting you for being a loser alone at the strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
like, oh my God.
You literally came here to fulfill that, to scratch that itch, and now that you're just being reminded while you're there, and it's horrible. I mean, what a drive home.
Why would you do that? Like, as a comic, why would you do that to anybody?
And then you just have a girl massaging your shoulders while you're watching a dude bomb.
No, I thought your jokes were so much fun.
Yeah, dude, that's so.
Yeah.
So when you have, Brandon, you have a girlfriend. Are you still single, Jake?
I'm single now. Yeah.
So when you're watching,
I have a fiance, sir.
Bam.
Excuse me.
Congratulations.
Excuse me. Beep that one out too. Beep that out. Timestamp that. But so what do you guys? Is there a power struggle over what we're watching at night? Do you guys put TV on in bed? Do you have a TV in your room?
Yes.
Okay, so is there a power struggle on what goes on this TV every night?
No, I'm kind of the dictator.
Wow, it's not what I thought. I thought you were going to be submissive.
I'm like we can watch whatever you want. She's like, let's watch this. I'm like, not that. And then she suggests 9 things. And
you manipulate. You tell her we can watch what you want, and then you tell her what she wants.
Yes, and I feel, and I don't mean to do it, but every time it happens, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I did it again.
But do you ever? Okay, so this is there's a system that me and my girlfriend have established, and not only is it romantic, not only is it very, very cute, but I think it's the most fair way. What we call this the movie cup. Now, this is if you're going to watch a movie, of course. But if you want to do it with a show, you can do it with a show. I don't know if it'll work as effectively. But what we've done is we've taken time, we cut up little tiny strips of paper, and we just wrote down a bunch of movies that we both want to watch, have watched, would like to watch again, haven't seen, whatever. Write them down. We put them in a big mug. When we do the movie cup, we each take 3 random ones. We look at them. From the one that I pulled, from the 3 that I pulled, I pull one away. She does the same. Then from the 2 that we have remaining, I pull one away from hers. She pulls one away from mine. Now we have 2 remaining. We do rock, paper, scissors. Winner picks the movie.
Nice. That's smart.
It's judicial.
That's fun.
That's judicial.
That sounds like a lot of work. Why don't we?
Just make a random wheel generator.
No, because then you're just gonna get stuck. You're gonna keep going until you get a movie you like.
No, but I mean like just in general of just like why don't we just I would just open up Netflix or HBO and you just scroll. Or does that take too long?
That's how you don't watch.
Here's what you're setting yourself up for.
Yeah.
I'm a guy when it's time to go to bed. I need the movie ready. When I ass to pillow, because that's how I sleep. I sit on my pillow.
Like a bird.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. When I go ass to pillow. I make it a little nest too. There's some twine twigs in there. It's nice. I lay my eggs.
You do the circle. You circle around it like 10 times.
Yeah, like a dog. Yeah, now it's just a dog in a tree. Now it's all coming together. But so when I lay down, when I go ass to pillow, I need the next thing to be play.
Yes, yeah, because if you
Ready to rock.
If you just go into Netflix, 25 minutes go, and then you kind of half decide on a movie, and you're like, well, now we're going to bed at 1 instead
Also,
of 12:30.
you'll press how often you press play. I don't know if I'm feeling this one. With the movie cup, we've agreed to commitment.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
smart. Because for TV shows, me and Erica just go, TV show. She'd never seen that 70s show, so we're watching that 70s show.
And it's a little tainted now, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because one of the best characters in the show is a serial rapist that used his fake
Yeah.
religion to manipulate women.
And
we don't like that. We don't stand for that on this podcast.
No, he was so cool in the show too.
Hyde.
Which
Yeah,
sucked.
he's like your favorite character.
He
but
was
then
the cool guy in the
He's
show.
the cool
He
guy.
now and he makes sex jokes though. So anytime he makes one in the show, you're like, oh.
He used to be the horn dog. If you watch it now, he's just the creep.
Yeah.
And he was the dude that was like not traditionally good looking, got the hottest girl.
Yeah, he was like the bad. I don't want to say bad boy. That makes
He was
me
the
sound
bad
so-
boy. He was the bad boy.
Yeah.
He was the. I'll say it for
cast
you.
it
He was
well.
the bad boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
What you meant was the heartthrob.
yeah, he was just he was like not the traditionally good looking guy. He definitely did drugs. You
Yeah.
know, didn't he work at a record store? He didn't know his dad or some shit. He
Yeah.
had like a rough upbringing.
Uncle Leo, dude, Cheech.
He works at the photo hut.
Oh no, Chong. That was Tommy Chong.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
works at a record store and then he works with Tommy Chong at the
Hey man.
photo hut.
But yeah, that and then also, did you watch The Ranch?
Dude.
That's with I almost said with Kelso.
You were a big ranch
With,
guy, huh?
Yes.
Because that's kind of your life.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
kinda-
A little bit, dude. Yeah. No.
I mean, not really. You're not running.
No, but just I found that show right after I graduated, and his whole thing is like he's kind of failed at football. He's back in the hometown, doesn't know what to do, and I was like, Ashton, you speak for me.
Yeah.
And I weirdly saw the.
You even have an
Ranch.
Ashton body shape, the
Thanks,
hair,
man.
everything.
Thanks,
Yeah, you got the
thanks.
Ashton
Yeah.
thing going.
I saw the Ranch before that '70s show though.
Oh,
Whoa.
interesting.
Yeah, because my
Interesting.
buddy was just like, "You should watch this show," and I watched Ranch. Like, "Oh, this is great." And he's like, "Oh, you should watch that '70s show." It's
That
way
70s
better.
show is better.
Oh, yeah, significantly better.
But The Ranch was really good.
Well, and they
but
had
they
to
ended
write
up-
his character out.
They killed him off.
They
When
killed who out?
He was in that show
Rapey
too.
Danny.
Danny
Oh,
Masterson.
Masterson?
Yeah, Danny Mastermind in your Pantserson.
Yeah,
That was kind of good, right?
yeah.
Um,
Then you do as I say, or you'll go to Hellerson.
there you go. There you
Or
go.
whatever.
We're on to something, boys. Write it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he that does suck because that does
Yeah.
taint the show. It's just like Chris D'Elia in that show. Did you see You?
no.
Yeah.
So in You season 2, he played a comic who was grooming women.
Jesus Christ.
And then like
Wow.
6 months later, it came out that that's what he was doing in real
Method
life.
actor.
Yeah.
He was into the role.
Yeah. Well, it
He also
turns-
was. I knew him as Topher
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
the whole time.
Workaholics,
where
brother.
he's a
Oh, yeah.
pedophile.
He's the coolest pedophile.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the whole bit.
You can't watch that episode anymore.
Yeah.
It's
No.
They took it off Hulu.
Damn, that's
Oh,
crazy.
for real?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that was you want to go to the penthouse.
Yeah,
was the whole thing.
Penthouse.
Yeah, they're morally like conflicted because he's the
Take your
coolest
shoe-
guy ever.
You don't.
They-
You
But
take
they're
your
like,
shoes
he's
off.
a pedophile. But yeah, he's so cool.
And then remember they take him to the women's gymnastics thing because they're like, they're the most like little boys. This is what he wants.
They're trying to like cure him.
yeah.
Chris D'Elia just thinks this is a reality television. This is a documentary, right? Yeah, that's
He's
man.
like back now, isn't he? Didn't he? He just posted like a crowd work thing.
I mean, he's like,
He's
Well, he's
getting-
performing.
I mean, dude,
at
He's
he
least.
getting 5,000 views on his podcast with Brendan Schaub every week. It's
But I'm saying he's allowed to perform and go everywhere, though. Right?
sure he's got his fan base. He calls it the cult. It's all very weird.
remember when he came to Vulcan? That was a whole thing.
Was that recently?
I mean, nah, like a year plus ago.
What was the
now.
whole thing? Was it like
It was just like it was a big deal because he was like, it leaked that he was gonna headline Lenoci and Friends, and it was just such a thing where like Lenoci came out, he was doing the thing where he like does time up top and then keeps doing, and when he came out at the end, he's like, all right, I know why all of you are here, and they were like, yeah, and he came out, and it was weird because it was like one of the first performances post all that shit.
Cancellation.
And it was so much of his act was about like being a family man and his kid.
That was when he made his return, when he posted his first podcast after this all. He was like really firm on like, I'm just going to come off as like a good dad and like I'm just here for my son. But there's like some open micer in LA made like a crazy documentary about him with,
it's
like,
insane.
with receipts. This guy's a creep.
It's like it's not like just the allegations, right? Like they have like
Yeah.
definitive proof or whatever.
Yeah, this guy's a total creep, groomer.
Yeah, they just don't have. I think it's that thing where they have all the proof, but not like the proof to court process him. Because everything the women were consenting, it's all just like he's a bad guy. But like, is it illegal to tell a girl that like you stop speaking to her if she doesn't get a tattoo, and then she gets a tattoo, and you go, you can't leave the house, and she goes, okay. It's really fucked up. But like, he's not physically making her do any of that.
He's
So you
a
can't.
control freak. I
Yeah,
guess.
so it's fucked. Like there should be justice, but you can't
And
really
then
do anything.
He would like let 17-year-olds that he thought were hot, he would give them tickets to his show whenever they were in their town. And then when they turned 18, he would like try to fuck them.
Yeah, he'd fly
It's
him
like-
out or come back.
That's pretty much the definition of grooming. And he would like
Yeah.
text them like they were in a relationship, but I don't think it's illegal.
Yeah, it's just this weird gray area. Because like you go to like isn't it the one thing that always threw me off about like the age gaps or like whenever they do these like gotcha pedophile things, like catching pedophiles is the biggest thing ever online right
It's
now.
huge. And it's also insane how common it is.
And it's crazy how everyone is still a weird looking white guy.
Yeah.
I've been seeing more mix in there of like different races, but still the overwhelming majority
You see
is
a lot of
creepy white
You'll
dude.
come across a lot of Indians, a lot of old Indians.
I was old Indians.
Yeah.
I was. I'm surprised. I was just. How do we not run into more people from parts of the world where the age of consent is like 15 or whatever the fuck? There's literally countries where that is. Like, how are they not over here getting caught up in this too? Or are they just living in that country still?
Yeah, I mean, like Thailand, I think that's like the famous place where you can just go fuck little boys. Well, because in every documentary, like Fogel went to Thailand and like had himself.
Yeah, I think there's places where it's just not.
And I think
frowned
about
upon.
Holtzman has a joke where he talks about going to Thailand. He's like, you could barely open the door. There were so many children in there.
Can I show you guys a video? Have you seen this pedophile one with Akon? This is like
Akon busted
Dude,
someone.
this one is one of my favorite ones. You guys have headphones on, right? Okay,
Yes.
cool. We can all hear this then.
My car is stolen. The registration. Cops patrolling. And they done stop me and I get locked up.
What the hell?
So like they're doing Akon's now joining up and doing the like catching a predator stuff. And they caught a predator and he just serenaded him with you getting locked up.
Why is that guy dressed like a Native American chief?
That one I don't know.
I need context, Brandon. What the hell is happening?
This isn't the one I saw. He like is singing to the guy, but the guy's like kind of excited. Like I think this
Also,
is the one.
you notice that he kind of drew a crowd? Like there was an audience just
Yeah, like
dancing.
look how
dude.
excited this guy is. He's smiling. This is the predator right there.
Is he? He's like laughing.
Does he not know what's going on yet?
Watch at the end of it though, because he's like kind of happy.
Boy, you about to get locked up.
The kid's dancing. The chief is there too. Why the chief?
I don't know. It looks like Eric Andre.
No, thank you. No, but you do. Hold on. You're literally getting locked up.
No.
That's the one I saw where then he's like, oh fuck, oh shit.
By the way, I just want to say that guy, like, for lack of a better word, was retarded. What
The guy who was getting locked up.
Yeah, that was a mentally handicapped man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, mentally handicapped pedophile though.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
And did
listen.
Oh, go ahead.
Who's getting locked
Well,
up?
I'm not saying it's better. That I'm not giving him a pass, but that's a little overwhelming.
And
for
Yeah,
a-
yeah.
Did they change the laws recently? Because like I remember, wasn't there
Nope,
like
still
a
18, Jake.
no? I mean, shut up. For as far because I remember, wasn't there like a big issue with like Chris Hansen where he would have all this proof that these people were straight up pedos, and then they couldn't arrest them and shit like that. Well, I thought
I
it
feel
was
like I remember hearing that.
You know what I'm talking about? How like that you could build up this case of like I have messages where I'm pretending to be a kid and this dude is trying to bang me, and I still can't get him arrested. Wasn't there like a whole thing of like there was like some loophole and no one ended up getting arrested or something? Like because I'm seeing what's cool now is all these videos I'm seeing where they provide the evidence to the cops. Like these people are getting put in handcuffs. I remember like I thought that the thing was like they were just embarrassing him and yelling at him like, "Oh, this person's a pedophile."
No, I think
But
you're
now
right.
they're actually arresting people.
I don't know if To Catch a Predator ended with the cops showing up.
No, the cops were always there, but if I remember correctly, there was a lot of them that got away because the evidence was like substantial or some shit. Like I feel like now I've been seeing more and more of like these videos. Maybe there's just more people doing it, so maybe they built a better case. But I remember like in the past it was like, "Oh hell yeah, we got him," and then you find out like, "Oh wait, no," like half of them walked because there was no proof of them actually doing something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it was like fucked up.
I don't know. Yeah, because I there maybe like the change of the law is now intent
Yeah.
to.
Which would be good if you have direct messages of like someone messaging someone they think is a child.
Maybe that's what it
It's like,
was. Maybe
bam.
like you can't get arrested unless you do something to a child, and like Chris Hansen's like, we can't wait for them to do something to the to the kid.
But I felt like he was just baiting him in and then putting him on a watch list, which is better than nothing.
And don't you need like? Where am I confused here? Where they can just put you on TV without your consent? Because like,
I think it depends. Like, because in Impractical Jokers, if they don't get you to sign something, they blur you out.
right? But like To Catch a Predator, all these guys are unblurred, aren't they?
Maybe when they're like sign here at the court, it's actually just like an NDA. They just
They don't realize
slip
it.
in. Yeah.
Or maybe Hansen hits him with a, "We won't press charges if you let us use this footage."
So
maybe that's the thing.
Oh damn.
yeah, I was trying to find what you were saying because
Which then, in that case, fuck Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So one of the big reasons why the show got canceled is they said that Chris Hansen, like, they were chasing this guy in a small Texas town, and they had like all the evidence ready to catch him, and they were gonna get him, and then they were like, "Let's arrest him at his house," and then Chris Hansen was like, "Nah, dude, it's way better TV if we arrest him at the office." So they were like, "All right, well, we got to get like permits," and so then they were like waiting for all the fucking like, you know, shit, the warrant and the permit, and the guy like caught wind because it was a small town and saw the SWAT, and then locked himself in his house. And then when the cops and the camera crew showed up, he came out with a gun. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt anyone," and then shot himself in the head. And so then they were like, "This is your fault. Like, you, no matter if he's a pedophile or not, your like gross negligence of how the justice system worked is the reason that guy's dead." And the whole situation was mishandled, waste of tax dollars, and that was such a big media storm that led to the cancelization of the show.
Maybe I'm crazy, and maybe this is controversial, but if you get a pedophile to take their own life,
Yeah.
is
I
that
feel
not
like
a
that's
standing
saving
O?
tax dollars?
Is that not a stand? I feel like the whole town comes together. They ring the bell. They cut the. It's the keys to the city.
That also makes it the South Park episode way funnier. Have you seen the South Park episode with Chris Hansen?
I'm not sure I have.
It's so fucking funny. I can't remember the context of why. I think Chris Hansen's back on TV, and it's the episode where Cartman is pretending to have Tourette's. Do you know that episode?
I think so now. Yeah.
He's pretending. Cartman pretends to have Tourette's.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, "Fuck, shit, piss," and he's like doing that,
Yeah.
and then he actually develops Tourette's. And instead of cursing, he's just like, "Me and my cousin touch wieners," and he's like afraid of it.
Yeah.
In that episode, what's it called? Stan convinces a bunch of pedophiles to bum rush the show that Cartman's on with him, and they all go, "Chris Hansen!" Poof. And it's just like 50 pedophiles killing themselves in front of Chris Hansen.
So they were making fun of that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what they were doing.
Wait, was that on footy?
What?
Is there footage of that?
Yeah, it says so. I was reading that it says that it was chopped up and sold as To Catch a Predator raw. As like a own Chris Hansen thing. So I'll try and find. I mean, we can't put it in the pod, but I'll try and find footage for us to watch as soon as the pod's over.
Gosh, dude. I saw a crazy video the other day of this lady filming her husband, who was like so belligerently pissed off at her, and he had a gun pointed at her, and she was like, "What are you gonna do? Kill me on camera?" And he's just like, I'm pissed enough to do it, Cheryl. God damn it, I'm pissed enough to do it." And then it cuts, and he killed her, shot her, and she filmed it. But this guy walked in on her fucking another dude, and it happened in Texas. Texas has the crime of passion clause, which I used to think would prove your innocence. So if you walk in on me and I'm banging your wife and you
Yeah.
have a gun and your first instinct is to shoot me because you're so angry, that's crime of passion. You weren't in the right state of mind, and that is a defense you can use. I mean, that's a reasonable defense, but it doesn't make you innocent. It cuts down your jail time.
Okay, yeah.
So this guy got 10 years for shooting his wife in the face. Pretty gangster. She cheated on him. She fucking cheated on him.
All right, so you don't get life. You get 10. You get a reduced sentence.
You get a
because
reduced sentence.
you were like morally, you weren't in the wrong place. Of like your whole life was flipped upside down and someone betrayed you.
Yeah.
You know, but it's you still murdered somebody.
Right.
So it's
right.
like
you need to go into timeout for a little.
yeah,
You
two
killed
wrongs
someone.
don't make a right, bud.
Yeah,
you know, you don't
but,
got to shoot someone in the head.
Did we have the video?
I can't find the video,
Is that
but
the guy, though?
this is a different one where I never really watched the show, but they caught a military veteran in Connecticut, and it was super fast. Like they said, he came out to meet the girl in the car and was like, "Come on, get in my car," and was like dragging her in. And so they had to intervene right away. And when they opened the guy's trunk, the military guy, he had zip ties, knives, duct tape, gags, like a rope, like a murder kit, basically.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
he was like gonna for sure murder this little girl.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, that's the guy right there.
Jesus.
Oh, scary looking
Yeah, he's
motherfucker.
very scary looking.
God damn.
I'm going to go down a Catch a Predator rabbit hole tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch so many videos of a guy shooting himself.
There's so
Thinking
many.
it's that video.
Do you think any of them are fake now? Like, cause like they have like
100%.
Oh.
they have like Vitaly, and then they also have this like crazy jacked bald dude. And I feel like they're finding pedophiles every week somehow.
Yeah,
Which-
well, it makes me think that a lot of it, if it's not fake, it's like the old bait and switch. Like they're just setting people up and like trying to fuck them. Or yeah, it's probably, I don't know. I bet a lot of the ones on like YouTube and stuff are fake. Like the
Yeah.
clips.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you went up to like a Dollar General cashier and you were like, "Hey, you're a nobody. Do you have social media?" And he's like, "No." And you're like, "I'll give you $1,000 to let me fake arrest you." He's like, "Okay." And
Yeah.
then it's like,
What are the charges? Oh, it's fun. I'm
doesn't
giving you
matter.
1,000. You're just gonna be shocked.
yeah.
Yo, who's the dude that shot himself on live news? If you can look at, there's a guy that
Oh, the guy that Gillis talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Bud Dwyer.
Bud Dwyer.
Yeah.
Can you look up that story or do you know it?
Yeah, he had an envelope and he just like was like pulled a gun out of the envelope and shot himself.
But it was on
It was
like his porch, right? Or was it in like
maybe
a?
it was in here we go. Robert Bud Dwyer, former presidential treasurer.
How?
Let me
That's
find
a black and white pic. When did he do this?
in the 80s is when it says. Yeah, it says he shot himself in 87. Suicide by gunshot. Let me go to the death tab. Real
And it was
quick.
on like live television.
That's fucking nuts.
So yeah, after he finished speaking and handing out
Was that the
notes to
picture?
the staffers, Dwyer brought out a manila envelope and a model 19357 Magnum. So it looks like that. And then it says they were in the rear of the room waiting for Dwyer to hear that he said he could resign so that he could run down the hall to the telephones to tell their editors. Inside the room, people gasped that Dwyer backed up against the wall, holding the weapon close to his body, and he quietly claimed, "Please leave the room if this will affect you."
What an asshole.
Among those
Oh
who
my
stayed, some
God.
pleaded to surrender the gun. "Don't do it. Don't. This will hurt someone."
I like how some people just left. I don't want to say. Listen,
I mean, I'm
got-
getting the fuck out of
I
it.
got lunch in 20 minutes. I have an appetite right now. I'm out.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe.
He put the
dad.
gun in his mouth. Exploded.
But what
God
was he like?
damn.
Did he do something wrong? Like he was resigning from whatever
Let me
position he
figure
was
out
in.
why.
It is wild to do on live television. That is a bold move.
Did they like live? Like as far as like camera in front of him, just pop.
I believe this was being broadcasted,
God damn.
but I think, yeah, there's footage of this. I don't know if I want to see it, dude.
There's so many videos where I'm like, oh, that sounds crazy. Let me watch it, and then I watch it. I'm like,
That goes a week.
now that's in my head.
Yeah.
For a while.
There goes all the happy times for the
Yeah.
rest of the month.
It was
For-
because he was convicted of accepting a bribe from a computer technology company.
Killing yourself over being
What a
caught
pussy.
with a bribe.
What a pussy.
Yeah, he was gonna face only 10 years in prison.
Oh, but it was still.
Man, you can
he
shoot
had
your,
to go to
you could,
prison.
you could shoot your wife in the face for
And
that
he's
time.
gonna go. He's also gonna go to like normal prison, or no, he's not gonna go to normal prison. Like he's gonna go to like
Rich guy prison.
rich guy politician prison. It's still prison, but he's not gonna be like with the Aryan Brotherhood. He accepted a bribe from a technology company.
Yeah.
And he was,
Dude,
I mean,
so
when
many
was he born?
confusing. Like, what? And then there's the video, the more recent video of that guy Pelosi, and he like the cops open the door and he's like holding hands with some guy that broke into his house, and then this dude just hits him across the head with a hammer.
Yeah, the
You've seen
hammer
that,
one.
right?
Yeah, that one's nuts.
You haven't seen that video?
No.
Dude, yeah, Mr. Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, just gets clocked in the head with a hammer.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The cops show up to it. There's an intruder. Someone broke into their house. The cops show up. I don't even know how, like, the preface of this story, but they open the door and you see the dude Pelosi standing there, and he's like holding this guy's hand, his like wrist, because the guy has a hammer in his hand, but the guy just looks completely out of it. And he's like kind of smiling. And then the cops are like, all right, nobody move. And then the guy just like rips the hammer out of like he rips his hand away from Pelosi's and just smacks him across the face. And you just hear Pelosi on the ground snoring.
Oh, like, yeah, he fucked up. Did he
like,
die?
No,
No,
he's
he's
like messed up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That would give you some fucking brain damage.
He's an older
That's what I'm
dude.
thinking,
He's
yeah.
an older dude.
Why?
So,
What the fuck?
yeah, the video's crazy. You got to
We're-
watch it.
Where was it? Some psycho trying to come after Nancy?
Something
I'm
like
assuming.
that. Some
Some
like
big old
weird.
milkers.
Yeah. Hot dog. What are we at?
We're at 54, 53
Nice, dude.
minutes.
We'll cruise right into the
Have you
finish line.
seen the famous one of the guy who's taking the fake phone call when they're moving the guy who like killed his daughter, and then he puts the phone down and turns and shoots the guy, and they're like, Bill, no. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh yes, I have. It's they're like in a public place and like walking, and the guy is like he's just pretending to just be in there and
Be on like a
pops the
phone
guy.
call, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like it was this guy like murdered and I think maybe like raped this guy's daughter, and he was like getting off scot free pretty much. And so they're walking, like he's in handcuffs. It's after a court trial. The guy's kind of smirking, and there's like a guy on a phone, and he just turns and like point blank shoots him with a revolver, and then he drops the gun, and then you should be somewhere like, Bill, no, Bill.
Yeah.
And then I think he only ended up doing like 2 years in prison.
That's what I'm saying. If I killed a guy that rapes and murders my daughter and got away with it, just put me in front of a jury.
Yeah.
I like my odds. I really like my odds.
Didn't that happen to there's a UFC fighter from he was like a
Yeah,
really
Cain Velasquez.
I don't know if he killed a guy, but he like
I think-
beat the ever-living fuck out of this
Yeah,
guy.
this guy had
because
been
he
like
tortured his daughter or some
he had
shit.
been like raping and torturing Cain Velasquez's daughter for like a long time. Cain found out and I think killed him or shot him at least.
Yeah, you can't really blame him. I mean, yeah, that's what. So this is like a still image because we can't show the video on the pod, but like, it is like you can see he was just kind of posted up chilling. This is the guy that they're walking.
He looks like a guy that's about to secretly shoot someone though.
He does. Yeah, this is
a-
like look at this fucking. This is. This guy.
That's a guy who has a gun.
That's not a normal look. You don't walk around like that.
Yeah, catch me if you can, dude. Look at this guy. That's great. I love a surprise pop, a nice rib pop. Did you get him in the ribs?
No, he shot him in the head.
No, it's like, bwah,
Wow.
like
Right,
right
instantly dead. So during his 11-year-old son was taking karate classes, the 25-year-old instructor, unknowns to the parents, had been sexually abusing the boy for at least a year. He kidnapped, took him to a motel, sexually assaulted, molested him, and then there was a nationwide search. They eventually found him, and they returned to his family. And then he was going to get off on kind of nothing. So
This
then,
will be a show.
yeah,
I know
shot
it
him
happened in
point
the
blank
past.
range at the head.
I mean,
Oh, Gary is his name. They go, Gary, why Gary?
Gary's acting up again.
You have to ask him why.
It's a very funny name too. Gary. Gary's the one who just popped that guy in the face. Gary doesn't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gary shows up late to book club.
Oh, 100. Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Do you guys know what a suspended sentence means?
No.
No, because it says he got a 7-year suspended sentence with 5 years probation.
So
Okay, here it is. A suspended sentence is a sentence on a conviction for a criminal offense that's serving of which the court orders to be deferred in order to allow the defendant to perform a period of probation. If the defendant does not break any laws during the period and fulfills the particular conditions, then the sentence, cool, it cut off right when it was going to tell us, then the sentence is usually considered fulfilled. Oh, so as long as he basically didn't go to jail, and as long within 5 years of probation, as long as he did his community service, probably passed drug tests, didn't commit a felony, he then never had to go to jail. That's awesome.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shout out that judge.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, look, I gotta like give you a
Wait. Oh, okay. I
So
thought
the-
you were talking about the guy that he shot.
No, the shooter who was like shooting the rapist.
He didn't go to jail for this.
No, he did a 7-year suspended sentence.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
That's nice. And folks, I believe that's where we're going to put a pin in this one. I think that's poetically. I think that's a good ending.
Yeah, that's justice.
I think it is. That's justice. Great episode, Jake. Always effortless when you're in here, dude. Thanks for joining us today.
Dude, thank you.
This has been the Captain's Dogs. This episode will drop approximately 48 hours from now. So if you got anything to plug for this weekend, send them over to your channel, whatever you got.
The only thing, I guess, I have Get Wrecked is starting back up, which is just it's a podcast I have on YouTube where we talk video games and then we boot up a game and play it too.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
It would have to be like a retro game.
We were playing Donkey Kong yesterday.
Can we get there was this game that dropped on the GameCube back in the day. It was Monsters Inc. Dodgeball.
Yeah, I can get a GameCube.
If you can make Monsters Inc. Dodgeball happen, dude.
I'll get Monsters Inc. Dodgeball this week.
All right. Or you ever play the Simpsons game where you're just like
Hit and Run, brother?
Yeah, that's
yes.
I would like to play that too.
Okay, I don't know how fun. Not that's not fun, but how when you play games on a podcast, we usually have I usually have like Captain sit on with me.
Yeah.
Because it's like when one person's playing a game, sometimes it's hard for them to also carry on a pod convo.
Yeah.
So we usually play a single player game. We pass the controller around, and the other two are responsible for carrying a bit.
That's nice.
Because the person playing can still talk, but it's like if he's on a hard part of the map, he might just zone out.
Dude, if I'm on lap 4 of Mario Kart, you're not hearing a peep out of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm focused. I mean, it's 10-2.
Yeah.
10-2.
But the thought is double stimulation. You know how like you'll be watching a clip and someone's like playing Subway Surfers or something.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's like, oh no, these people are actually playing the game.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's nice. Fuck yeah. Tune into that, folks. And I hope to be on it, dude. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I got some things, but I don't remember. So just come to my Instagram, Matty Stew Comedy. Check me out. Brando.
Yeah, same thing. Check out my Instagram, Brandon LeSean _ all my stuff's there.
And catch all 3 of us in the mean streets of Austin, folks. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Just don't follow us home. This has been the Captain's Dogs. Woof, woof.